Ladies and gentlemen, now we've got the Banquet event results for 2024, and this stuff is absolutely ridiculous, man. We are just like in such a late stage of this game where there are people who have just played this game for so long and they're so committed and they just want to get everything, and there's so many things to get and so many things to rank up that it really just has like this level of depth for people going for it, really going for it, that they can just go crazy if they have that level of disposable income, if they're really, really committed to the game. We've just seen this banquet, people go nuts. So we're gonna talk about the number one spender, estimated to have spent over 185,000 US dollars in a 2-week period on this banquet event. We have SuperBroZ. Now, this guy, his profile right now, he has 5 7-star rank 4 champions. The average person right now, everybody, unless you've been waiting on this event and you got, like, what is it, like top 90 or top 60, you have 0 of these. He's got 5 of them, all SIG 200. This man has almost 36,000 prestige. He also, according to MCOC Avenger, and I believe this actually, has 164 rank 3 champions. Now, I was pulling the data from Aunt May to have a look at like how many 7-star champions there were summer, because this website stopped getting updated, and there were 135. So I think it's very likely that this guy not only has 5 7-star rank 4s, but every other character that exists as a 7-star, he's already got at rank 3 as well, which is nuts. And probably a bit of overflow as well, so when those new champions come in, again, bam, they're going straight up there. But it's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. I think there's like one screenshot. It's this one, right? Of the 7-star rank 4 champions that just shows you also how much just unbelievable overflow. Look at that chest, man. Look at that chest in the top right-hand corner. 131,400 items, probably mostly ISO, just overflowing there. It's crazy, dude. Absolutely crazy. I think this guy with like 4 boosters as well, like the power index that he's seeing is probably absolutely absurd, because these are again SIG 200 characters as well. But I don't believe, again, I've been about in this game for nearly 10 years, and I can't remember a time where like a single whale, there have been times where whales are very far ahead, but I think this is just like an absolute dominance level of just like, I got everything. I got everything that I could, and I've just cleaned up this event, and like, I'm the Bastion, baby. So yeah, this guy just, absolutely owns and dominates Prestige for a while, because again, also the interesting point to compare on Prestige is like, again, it's nearly like 36,000. I don't really care about Prestige that much, because I'm not playing like high level Alliance Quest, but my Prestige for comparison is just under 25,000. So this guy's got like an 11k lead on me, just in terms of prestige there. And I got some bad champions at rank 3. I guess not the most SIG levels in the world, and again, they're not really like prestige focused characters there. But I think like a couple of people to compare the prestige to, again, a bit more active. Again, MSD, not really the biggest prestige hound out there, but let's check. So MSD is on 27,000 prestige. And then I think we gotta rope another blubbery boy into this comparison here. So let's have a look at the total summoner rating. I think what is it? Magus is I think he was 3rd on this gifting event. So Magus, again, he's got 33,500, and Magus got number 3 overall. So you can see on his profile, this guy has 3 7-star rank 4 champions, and he's still, a good nearly like 2,500 prestige behind, and is estimated, I believe, somewhere 80k to 100k mark. I'm not entirely sure. But again, Yusafa, I think, put up about 60k on this event. And yeah, he finished 4th overall in comparison. So Magus was a little bit higher. And Yusafa's prestige, if you want to see it, is 32,300 there. So yeah, just to compare that again, such a crazy advantage this guy has on prestige, but it's still like a cumulative total of his whole alliance, man. So he's certainly going to be, pulling them up a little bit. But I think his score alone, again, easy dominance for #1 overall for alliance on the gifting event there. So yeah, it's just, it's insane, man. It's absolutely insane. Now, to draw some interesting parallels as well, if we have a look at the 2019 results, so this is 5 years ago. This is the gifting event for 2019. Again, we're looking at the gifting event for 2024. So this is a 5-year difference here. So 1 to 10, the #1 spot was Cow Whale back then with just over an estimated $70,000 spent. So we've gone up on the top spot nearly $115,000, maybe a little bit higher than that. So yeah, it's doubled and and quite a significant chunk. It's closer kind of to triple than doubled for the top spot there. But I think as well, the #2 spot then was like an estimated like 52,000. This was a year I think we had some sort of like bug in the UI where like Oatrix could just get like the precise scores, and then we could put like a value to it based on the unit prices at that time. But yeah, the scoring was a little bit different in this event. It was a little bit more generous overall with the points to money spent. So yeah, it was just a different formula that they had back then for this one specifically. But yeah, the second person was about 52,000. Again, I think there's about 4 or 5 people that spent more than this to my very rough knowledge. So that's crazy. And then #3 was like 31,000. I actually remember even in previous years before this, there were kind of rumors in earlier years of people spending like maybe 15,000, 20,000, and be like, no way, man, nobody's gonna spend that much now. And we had an alliance mate that actually just got in the top 30 and spend about 18,500. Shout out to ST Shorty. I believe he's doing a video breakdown and everything of this event and what he got and why he went so hard on it. But yeah, that was like the cutoff for kind of top 30. And now the cutoff for top 30 is kind of the same. You look here, 5 years ago, that was kind of the cutoff for top 10. So that's kind of been expanded now to the cutoff for top 30. So you really have that concentrated group of just big blubbery boys really battling out to get any advantage they can and really like plump up their rosters a fair bit, which is just absurd, like how much the average spend has gone up. And also one thing I noticed as well is, I didn't really like go that hard on this event because the crystals, in my opinion, were trash. Like I didn't really care. I'm just having like fun at the moment. I'm not playing competitively. I'm not on that super obsessive Alliance War grind or Battlegrounds grind or Prestige race. I'm just, pottering along and having a good time. So for me, I didn't go that hard, but I still did, a couple of crystal opening videos. I brought like the bundles. I brought all of the Christmas Day bundles to save up the units as well. Brought some of the Deathless pieces. And I got like a pretty good score around kind of like just over 70,000 just opening all these various things. Again, not the craziest score in the world, but still, about like $1,000, a little bit over that transacted. So I thought with that, looking at where I tend to land in these events, I think in 2019, again, I spent about 3,500. That's the Omni score. My personal score is somewhere else, but I essentially got in this one about 126. If we have a look at this one, yes, it's 3,500 spent. And I got 126 on this one. So I was looking at this and I was thinking, oh, okay, well, if I'm spending like $1,000 to $1,000 and a bit, I've bought literally, every single offer, all of the Christmas offers, kind of the discounted like $50 ones as well. Like I'm probably going to be in a pretty good spot. In the context of this one, if I probably spent $1,000 and a bit, hoovered up all the offers, 5 years ago, I probably would have been in the top, 500 to 1,000. I think fairly comfortably. So my rationale was like, okay, then this year, the cutoff, if you wanted some extra special rewards, just above the top 1%, was top 2,600. So I went up to about like 70k points just via all these offers, like just did like the random like 10 pop after a couple of drinks as well. Immediately regretted it. It was just like, this is terrible. But yeah, I got like an all right score, and then it came through and I was like 2,801. And then I was like, damn, Dude, there are like so many people now that are, on an occasion like this, that are willing to hoover up the offers and just drop like a pretty hefty amount of money that just were not there like 5 years ago. So the amount of people with like a really significant disposable income to just chuck at this game, yeah, is definitely like quite surprising. And I think, you know, I think it's definitely like shifting paradigms a little bit. And I think Kabam need to be very cautious to, okay, we got this group of people. It's actually a very large group of people. And there's some people that just want to spend a stupid amount of money. And I think the right approach for that is always like gratitude, right? Because the community and the way that this game has kept going over 10 years, I think is phenomenal. Like most games, again, don't really make it past 2 or 3 years. And I think the most important thing Kabam need to do next year is just continue to make this like a great experience for everybody playing as well. And not see something like this and just think, oh, okay, we're just going to make the casual experience terrible. If you're not willing to spend $1,000 on every single event, then get in the bin, son. And I think there are good things. I do think like December was kind of a bit of good, bit of bad. I think the 10-year anniversary login calendar, very defining win. I think the Christmas Day gift was the biggest win of the month by far. That was really, really good for the Valiant level, the people that are really kind of grinding this game and sweating stuff out. But I did think the Banquet event overall, the crystals were terrible for the average spender. They still allowed the biggest spender to literally get every single character and max it out pretty much at like rank 3 level at least. So yeah, I mean, the whales, it certainly didn't hold them back. They had a goal, and it was to get 7-star rank 4 champions, and they certainly went, very, very heavy for that. But again, I don't want to see casuals and the mass community being left behind, because again, I think a lot of the community was just begging, like, okay, through the gifting event, please just put some better early milestones, right? There's not really any significant value from this event unless I spend over 10,000 units. And like the majority of the community was like, please, Kabam, please just give me one. Just give me one. Give me one achievable milestone for a 7-star rank 3 and just some materials, throw it in. And meanwhile, you've got like the biggest blubberiest boys like have literally every single character 7-star rank 3 maxed out. And I think, if you're spending $200,000 on a mobile video game in a 14-day period, I think you deserve to have everything maxed out. But at the same time, like, just, just make stuff a little bit fairer for the people that aren't, going so far down the rabbit hole. Because there's people playing at all sorts of different levels, all sorts of different budgets. And it is my hope and optimism that we will find a better balance moving forward as well. Because I think there's a lot with monthly events that still seems to be incredibly underwhelming and in need of a little bit of a lift up. And I think if, we have accounts like this in existence and most whales, pretty much doubling the size of their 7-star rank 3 roster throughout this event, then we can have more stuff that we can play in game, that we can actually earn those rewards by participating in something that doesn't involve swiping our credit cards on the store. So I'm interested to see what happens next year. But we are definitely in late stage whale milking clown fiesta right here, man. This is, definitive proof of it. And yeah, looking at that, he just hit the spending cap, didn't he, man? Like, if there were like more champions to rank for, maybe would have gone for it. But if he truly has 164, he's literally like, okay, well, I get nothing now. Like, the only thing of value is the scraps I'm getting from the 7-star rank 4. So I could maybe understand the desire to stop there as well. But it's just absolute madness, bro. Absolute madness. But yeah, big year ahead. I'm interested to see what happens. This Banquet event, I think, has been, just from an outside observational perspective, appears to be like a landslide. Just, they've made the most money I think they ever have on a Banquet event. I don't ever remember a Banquet event that's got this crazy. just not in terms of like the top score, but also where everybody else finished as well in comparison. So just absolutely wild, man. Absolutely wild. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your future copium in the comment section below. And yeah, let me know your thoughts and reactions. But thank you very much for watching. Take care. And I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day.